welcome to the YouTube channel all about me, JK's Magician and Children's Entertainer. Now this video is actually a really exciting video for me to make because it is another restoration project that I've got to do. And actually this wasn't originally going to be a restoration project. This is going to be a project that I was going to start from scratch. And then an item came up for sale on Facebook on an entertainer's page that I'm a member of. And someone was selling the exact project I wanted to build. So that's going to save me a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of work as well. So if you've been following me for a while, you may remember that a couple of years ago I announced that Charlie the Monkey was retiring from the shows and his nephew Charlie was taking over in his place. And the box and the house box, whatever you want to call it, that the original Charlie the Monkey used, just wasn't the right size for his nephew, the new Charlie. So I hadn't had anything permanent made for him or got anything permanent. He was basically started off in a cardboard box and then got moved to a grey plastic box, and that's where he stayed ever since. And it was always a plan for me to build a custom box for him, a more permanent feature, and I just never got round to it. You know what it's like, life gets in the way. But then this year I finally decided, right, this is the year that I'm going to build Charlie his brand new box that he deserves, his brand new house. And then I was starting to plan it in my head. And then on Facebook, like I say, on the Entertainer's Facebook page, a box came up for sale for a really good price. And it was exactly how I was going to build the box in the first place. So it seemed silly me not getting this box because it's going to, like I say, going to save me a lot of money as well. And it's going to save me a lot of work. So I messaged the seller, paid for it, and waited for it to be delivered. And I've just got home from Pettit's today now. And it's finally been delivered. I'm so excited. I haven't even opened up the box yet. I thought I'd do it, open it up on this vlog just here, so you could see it as well. And I'll do a full restoration video for it, right from the start to the finish. So let's go and grab the box, which the box is inside. And here it is just now. Like I said, I haven't even opened it yet. I've only seen pictures of this. Now, like I said, this isn't actually a brand new box. This is second-hand, and it does need a little bit of work done to it, and that's why I'm making this video. I'm going to show you the full restoration of it. I've got exactly what I planned in my head, what I want to do. Like so, it may not go exactly how I want it to go. It just depends on the condition of the box and everything, but I have been told it's in really good condition. But yeah, let's crack this open. I really can't wait to see this. So here we go. Now, I believe it does come with a cover for it as well. I don't know how this is packaged up, so I don't want to go too deep with a pair of scissors on the inside. But here we go. I'm so excited. I hope the new Charlie will be excited when he gets to go in here for the very first time. And this basically means that this box can come out on the stage and stay on the stage. If you've seen my shows at Pettit's, or if you've seen me at a birthday party, Charlie always sits backstage because the box he is in currently isn't really a good enough box to be on stage. But the original Charlie, he was always on stage. I must admit, this is packaged really well. Lots and lots of bubble wrap inside. It was actually double packaged, I believe. Yeah, it's double packaged because you've got a cover here as well. Here we go. Now, the cover has got the original name on of the original performer. That's cool. There is on the bottom just here, there is the flange just there, so I should have a bolt big enough to fit inside that, like so. And if we lift this off just here, this is going to be perfect for the new Charlie. So what happens is this opens at the back here, that opens at the back, this comes undone, and then this bit here slides out and flips round like that. So you can then have a performance space. So Charlie can come and sit on there. This is going to be absolutely perfect for Charlie. There's going to be more than enough space inside there for him. And this bit here will, of course, do up as well. Now, the reason why I wanted it to be back entry is it just means it makes it a lot easier getting Charlie in and out. And this is the very front of the box just here as well, and the sides. So the plan will be to strip these dice symbols off, and then do a little bit of filling, just like in a few of these little gaps just here, just to make it look all nice again. And I may replace this flange on the bottom. I'm not 100% sure just yet. I'll see. I might take it off and see how it cleans up, to be honest. The bottom will be painted, it'll be varnished as well, and then I'm going to get some artwork done for this as well. So I've been wanting to do the artwork, But I haven't been able to do the artwork because I didn't know the exact size of the box. I wanted to wait until I got the box to be able to measure it properly to check the size of the artwork. But this is really handy. So if I want to perform without the top on, of course, I can take the top off and that can go away. Oh, I might actually put some felt on the inside of this box as well. That's something I may look at doing. But then when I get to a show, all I've got to do is flip this bit round, screw the table on, and then I'm ready to go. So I must admit, I'm really, really pleased. And it's really handy having a cover as well. Like that. Let's just put it on there. So there's actually got embroidered as the original performance name on this. But this will be absolutely perfect for Charlie the Monkey. I cannot wait to start the restoration project. But unfortunately, I can't start really the full restoration just yet. Because when this has been delivered, this is right in the middle of when I'm performing for the Easter holidays at Pettit. So I'm working every single day. By the time I get home, have some food, starts getting quite late. So I won't be able to do any restoration on it for the time being. But I can do a few little things. I can do the artwork. Are you going to come and join us? Sorry, Ace is trying to get into the studio just here. You're going to stay outside. I should have shut the door properly, but he's making his way in. But I'm going to be doing the artwork, so let's turn around and you can have a look at my computer, which is just down there for you, and we'll do the new artwork. Are you going to come and say hello, Ace? No, he doesn't want to come and say hello. He wants to go and have some food by the looks of it. But yeah, let's crack on with doing the artwork for Charlie's new box. For the artwork, I need you to measure the outside of the box to enable me to scale the artwork correctly. To design the artwork, I use Canva. I actually use this all the time to design things on. I use it pretty much every day. You can see me here just having a look through different backgrounds I could use. I already have this Charlie the Monkey logo which I designed a while ago, so I'm going to use that. I didn't actually like how the background looked, so I ended up changing it. See me just looking through a few different designs until I found this one. And here's the final design, and now the artwork is done, I can send it off to the printers. While I wait for the artwork to be delivered, I can start removing some of the metal components ready for cleaning at a later stage in this project. I wanted to remove the existing felt on the lid of the box so I could replace it, but this is where the hard work really started, as it was stuck on so well. As you can see, I'm struggling to get the felt off the box. I just couldn't find a corner which would allow me to peel it. I was starting to get a little bit frustrated at this stage. I could remove some of the felt, but most of it was sticking to the inside of the lid. This is only the start of my problems with this restoration project. I decided to come back to the felt and start removing the dice patterns on the side and the front and the other side of the box, but I hit a stumbling block, as just like the felt, these were stuck on too well. This was around 20 minutes to remove this one decal that was on the side of the box. I had to come up with a different way of removing the dice, and also the black, as originally I thought it was paint, but it's not. It's actually a vinyl that's been stuck onto the box. Luckily, my neighbour let me have her hairdryer so I could heat up the glue and remove the felt. I know it's surprising that I don't have a hairdryer for my luscious long locks. This process was extremely time consuming to do, and some of it was just really, really stubborn to remove, and once again I did get a little bit frustrated with this. Well,
at the moment it feels like I'm getting absolutely nowhere with this box. It's taken me far too long to be able to strip it all over. This is now day 2 of stripping this off, and it's just getting nowhere at all. I'm starting to get really frustrated with this, and it's getting to the point where I'm not enjoying doing this project at all. It's become a demon for me. I want to get this project done because I want to be using this box for Charlie, obviously, but it's just, yeah, everything so far has been a challenge, and I'm getting really frustrated with it. Really frustrated with this as a restoration, which I don't like my restorations to be a frustration. I'm being completely honest here. I'm not going to make out that is all going perfectly. I wanted to share everything with you, what's really happening with it. And yeah, it's just been challenge after challenge with this. And to be honest, I'm ready to give up. I really am ready to give up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few days away from it and then come back next week with a fresh set of eyes on this. And I might do some research into stripping the vinyl off and everything like that. But for now, I need a break from it because I'm getting frustrated. I'm just trying to rush it and get it done, and that's not going to create the result that I want, which is really disappointing that I'm going to have to take a break from it. Normally when I do my projects, you can't get me off the projects, but with this one, I'm doing the work and I'm clock watching and thinking, right, another 2 minutes and I'll stop. And yeah, which is a shame because I want to be using this box for Charlie because Charlie deserves the box and everything. But yeah, but for now, I'm done with it. So yeah, I am now back after having a few days off, and I've spent about another 45 minutes worth of work on Charlie's new house. And actually, I've cracked on really well today. I came back with a more positive mindset of, yep, I can get this done. So yeah, the felt on the lid is all removed now. That didn't take too long with the hairdryer and the palette knife. Most of the vinyl's removed from the top. Some of this I just cannot get off, but hopefully when I take this in for sanding, which is the next stage, I can be able to get that off. Again, with the box just here, most of this has been removed. Again, some of this is just too stubborn to remove this way, so hopefully when I start the sand, I can remove the majority of that. The inside is, where's the back? Here it is. The inside I haven't had to do anything with because I can just paint straight over that. That's going to be black and will be felted as well. I'm going to give it a coat of black paint on the inside as well, just to freshen it up, even though it will be covered in felt. But yeah, I think it's very important to realise that taking a few days away isn't too much of an issue. It's sometimes good for your brain and good for your mindset to take time away from a project that you're doing or you may be struggling with, something like that, that it's not a problem and there's no issues with it. And I came back after a couple of days with a much more positive mindset to complete this, and I've really enjoyed the process since I've come back. I started to enjoy it, then I started to really dislike the process of removing all of the vinyl on here, but now I'll come back with a more positive mindset. I've really enjoyed the last 45 minutes and it's given me new motivation to actually get this done. So the next stage now is to head outside and give all of this a really good sand before painting, try and get it as smooth as possible. So I'll be painting it black, and I hope you've been enjoying the voiceovers as well, just explaining what I've been doing. But before I can do that, I've got to go and actually clean the filter jar because this has left a right mess in my film studio. As you can see on the picture just here, there's even more than this around. I just couldn't get it all in shot. But yeah, I'm going to hoover all of this up, give it a good clean up here because when I took my few days away, I didn't bother to clean this because I just wanted to walk away from the process completely. But I'm now back, like I said, ready to crack on, ready to clean all of this up. And yeah, I'm really excited to start the next process, which is sanding and painting. So enjoy the next part. Now comes the fun part of sanding the box down smooth, ready for painting. I used 3 different grades of sandpaper and spent a few hours sanding it down. This was the last stage of sanding. It's finally time to start painting this box. I feel like the finished box is in sight now, as painting means it's nearly finished. Ended up giving the box 3 coats of black paint to get a nice finish. I cut around with a paintbrush and then used a roller to get a nice smooth finish. This is a tub of paint I have lying around in the shed, which I use for most of my restoration projects. The front of the box ended up a little patchy, but that doesn't matter, as this will be covered up by the artwork. Well, yeah, I thought I'd give you another little update with me personally not doing a voiceover, but you can see me doing a little update. Things are going really, really well now. So everything's had 3 coats of black paint, and it's looking really, really fresh and lovely. It took 3 coats. I wanted to give it a real nice sort of black finish to it. So all I've got to do now for painting-wise is to varnish it, but I need to leave the black paint for a couple of days to really make sure that it is nice and dry. So a few days that will be perfectly dry, and then it will be a case of varnishing it, which I cannot wait to see how that turns out. So the top's got to be varnished, all the sides have got to be varnished, and the bottom's got to be varnished as well. But while I'm waiting for that to dry, I've still got a few things to do. The first thing I need to do is to polish up the flange on the bottom, even though it's not really going to be seen. I just wanted to make it look a little bit neater. I need to go and measure it up again on the inside, all the internal measurements, to go and get some felt. I'm going to pop down to a local shop to see what they've got in stock and see what I can get there. And then it'll be a case of putting all that on the inside and varnishing it, of course, and then finding the right side bolt, putting it all together, and then it'll be placing the artwork on. Now, talking all about the artwork, today's a very, very exciting day because look what turned up today. This here is the actual artwork. The company who done the artwork does all the artwork for Pettit's, prints all the artwork, and I didn't realise that they were coming in today to Pettit's. I've been there all day today, and they dropped off the artwork today for me, so that's very, very exciting. I haven't even opened it up just yet, so I've had it since this afternoon, and I've wanted to open it, but I thought I'd do it here on camera. Now, there is 2 in here. I've had 2 done just in case one does get damaged. I've got another one there ready to go. So yeah, this is very, very exciting. So this is the exact size that I need it to be, and oh wow, this looks really, really, really nice. And it's been printed on 3mm Foamex. Here we go. So white Foamex on the back, and then on the front just here. Let's move this a little bit towards the camera. There we go. Look at that. Look how nice that looks. That's going to look absolutely lovely on the box just there. What I'm going to do is just paint. If I use Foamex, if it's going on black, I normally just paint these bits black here just to hide the seam. But I'm really, really happy with that. I absolutely love Foamex. It's scratch resistant, really, really hard wearing, but it's really, really lightweight. Let's just double check the other one just here. Let's have a little look at this one. Where does it open? Here it opens just here. And I will pop this back in here while I'm still doing some work to the box. Another one is identical as well, so it doesn't really matter which one of these I use, but I'll get both prepared, ready. That's going to look really nice against the backdrop just here. That's really, really going to show up. I know it doesn't show up well on the camera. I've got my big film and light set up and everything, so it doesn't show up well on camera, but just look at that artwork just there. I'm so, so happy how this has turned out, and I cannot wait to get that onto the box. I do want to give a massive shout out to Colin at 99 Design in Great Yarmouth for fantastic service and a fantastic price. They haven't asked me to do that. This is something that I just want to give them a little shout out. So that's 99 Design in Great Yarmouth. So yeah, thank you, Colin. And I do see why Pettit's use you for all your printing, all their printing, because your service was absolutely second to none. But yeah, let's crack on now with the rest of the video of cleaning everything up, varnishing, and putting the fleece or felt on the inside of the box. Luckily, I had this tin of varnish in my shed. I wasn't sure how many coats of varnish I would need, but I decided to apply 3 coats just to make it really pop on stage and add 3 layers of protection to the box. This will help seal in the paint and means if I do knock it, the paintwork won't get scratched. This was a little bit time consuming to do, as varnish can be quite thick to apply.
a great feeling to be getting this varnish on, because once again it means I've nearly finished this restoration project. It's amazing how a little bit of varnish completely transforms this box, but it is now time for me to have a quick cup of tea before I carry on to keep myself hydrated. I do like my cup of teas. Like I mentioned earlier, the front of the box is a little bit patchy, as you can see here, but that doesn't really matter at all. While I waited for the varnish to dry, I headed into my shed to clean the metal components. I started the project, I used a little WD-40 and a wire brush, and then I could just wipe the dirt away. I want to reuse these screws, so I don't have to use my own, as these screws are still perfectly fine. Look, you can see a difference. The metal flange that attaches the box to the stand didn't clean up as much as I had hoped. I had a can of silver spray paint laying around, so I gave it one coat of this, and I think it now looks great. Luckily, in my shed I had this bolt, and this bolt is actually the perfect size for the flange just here. It screws in perfectly, so I don't have to go out and try and find the perfect size bolt. I can just grab my hacksaw and chop the head of the bolt off, as this won't fit in the silver stand that I'll want to use this box with. Took a little bit of time to saw through, but eventually, as you can see, we made it through. All I'd then done was took a file and just rounded off the edge, so it wasn't quite so sharp after I sawed with it. Now it's time to start to assemble the rest of the metal components back on the box, starting with the handle on the lid. This consists of a metal bar covered in PVC leather, and 2 metal caps, and 4 bolts, as you can see there, or nuts I should say. There's 2 per end. Just tighten those down. Next, I'm excited to see how this looks, placing the flange on the bottom of the box. The silver spray paint really makes this pop, even though the audience won't really see this. I know it's there, and I think it looks fantastic. Time now to place the bolt inside the flange for the very first time on the box. And now the most exciting part. I've got my silver drum stand just here. I've got 2 of these which I use for my shows. Time now to place the box onto the stand for the very first time. I was very excited to see what this looks like. Took a little bit of time to adjust it perfectly and get it nice and tight. I won't have to do this for every single show. Let's place the lid in and look. Absolutely perfect, nice and sturdy. I'm over the moon with how this looks so far. So yeah, the process is going really, really quickly now. I'm so happy with how it looks on the stand. There's only a few more steps to do now, which is absolutely fantastic. I cannot believe that I'm almost at the finish line now. It feels so great to be this close to the finish line. So what I need to do is still actually just paint the edge of the Foamex just here, but that's a 10-minute job to do. Hopefully one coat will be enough to cover that. I've just literally walked in the door from going down to my local fabric shop. I do want to give them a massive shout out. It's called Avenue Fabrics, a great little family-run fabric shop. Broadland Nurseries in Ormsby, St Michael, Ormsby, St Margaret area. So yeah, I went down and got the felt. Now this is polyester felt. You saw me have a measure up, and this is going to leave me plenty to be able to do what I need to do with it. And it is a fantastic price. This was £5 from the fabric shop, which was a really, really good price, personally, I believe. So my next job now is
to cut all of this out. And there's a couple of bits that I will need to use to cut all of this out. What I'll need is, obviously I'll need the felt. I will need a pair of scissors. These are actually what I got ages ago from Avenue Fabrics. I do need a piece of chalk. Now I do actually have a dressmaker's piece of chalk, but where I normally keep it, it's not there, so I'm not sure what's happened to it. And I didn't get another one in Avenue Fabrics because I thought I had one at home, but clearly that's gone walk around. So I've got a normal piece of chalk just here. Doesn't really matter too much. And also I'm going to use my big metal ruler just here. This is a 40-inch one, so it's plenty big enough for what I need. About 30 centimeters what I need to cut. So yeah, I'm going to do that. But I'd just like to say I do really appreciate that this is such a long video. I did consider doing this into 2 parts, but I thought, no, I'd rather to put it all into one, and then you don't have to wait for the next part to come out. I hope you are enjoying it, though. If you have made it this far in the video, thank you ever so much for staying. I do really, really appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun filming this and editing it all together. I've condensed it down as much as I can, but it's not always possible to edit every single little bit out. But yeah, I'm going to do this in my kitchen on the floor, because it's a hard floor, and I've got plenty of space. And let's cut these squares out, and then that will then be a case of putting that into the box. And then once that's done, all I've got to do then is wait for the magnets to arrive, which should be arriving in the next couple of days, and then I can magnetise the artwork onto the front. Now, the reason why I am going to magnetise the artwork onto the front is because this box can be universal. Sometimes I get asked to do a show which I'm only get asked to do 10-15 minutes. Well, I've got my cabaret cases, but they're quite big and bulky. I don't really want to have to take those along with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another piece of artwork done, which says J.K.'s Magician on. So I can take Charlie the Monkey off and put J.K.'s Magician on, and then that way I've got a smaller box on a stand that I can take around with me for smaller shows if I don't want to do take my big cabaret cases. I've actually got one coming up later in the year where I can use this box for, so that'd be absolutely fantastic to have a universal box like so. And then also, if that does get damaged, this artwork, I've got another one there that I can just magnetise on. So that's another reason why I wanted to magnetise it. But yeah, let's go and cut all of this polyester felt out now. So it's time now to start marking out the first square just here. Get it nice and square, and then just using a sharp pair of scissors to cut this out, and repeating this process until I've got all the required squares that I need. For the back of the box, I had to do this in 2 separate parts because obviously it hinges open. There you can see both parts there, and now it's time for the lid. This is slightly oversized, but I can trim it down later. I'm using a spray adhesive. All you do is you spray it where you need it, and then you also spray it onto the part you're going to be sticking. This was a little bit fiddly to do, only because it was such a confined space to place the felt inside. If I was going to make this again, and I was going to make it from scratch, I would probably felt this before I assembled the box, just to make life a lot easier. Sometimes it took a few attempts to get it in the correct position, especially this side just over here. But you have a little bit of working time, as you can see, to be able to remove it and to be able to stick it back down again. A couple of the sides were a little bit awkward. The left-hand side, as we're looking at it, I had to cut round the metal clip which was there because that's riveted on. I couldn't remove that, unfortunately. It's the same process for this back piece just here. The reason why I've left those gaps at the edges is so when I close that lid, the felt doesn't get trapped. All I've done was to trim round it, grab the sharp Stanley knife blade and started to trim round. It still took a little bit of time to get right though, but it did give a nice finish in the end. So yeah, I'm very nearly at the end of this restoration project now. I'm totally over the moon with how it's coming along. Is it perfect? No, it is not perfect. But is it good enough for me? It is more than good enough for me. Is it going to be good enough for Charlie? Well, we'll have to see when Charlie sees this for the very first time. There's only one more thing to do now, and that is to actually get the artwork onto the front, because I've now actually completed just painting the edges of the Foamex just here. You can see the back is still white. I didn't film that because it's just me putting some paint along these lines just here, and it wasn't going to be very interesting for you to watch, but I just had a quick shower, and I just got out of the shower, and look what is turned up just here. I've got a delivery, and I know what this delivery is, because it's the only delivery that I'm waiting for, and it is these just here, which are the magnets just here. This is the very last stage to do, so I'm just working out the best way, I know obviously I'm not going to magnetise it on, I'm just working out the best technique for me to come and actually attach these magnets to it. And I think that there will be the easiest solution, because that's how the finished artwork will look on the box just there. So what I'm going to do is, let's work out what I want the magnets roughly to be. So not only have I got the artwork and the magnets, I have got some super glue as well. So let's get one of these magnets just here. Now these are 10mm round and then 2mm in thickness, so they're not too thick at all. So this is how I always magnetise it on. I do have a jig for cornering magnets, but this box isn't quite square and the artwork doesn't fully line up to exactly where I need it. So I reckon if I have a quick look here, it can take a little bit of jiggery pokery to get this right, but we'll get there in the end. If I put that about there, that will be perfect. So here we go, let's get these magnets into place. That is now the first 4 magnets in place. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to leave that for a couple of minutes just to make sure that that glue really bonds. Even though this is quick acting, I don't actually know how quick this, does it say on here how quick this glue takes to dry? No, it doesn't say on this bit how quick it takes to dry, but I know it's fast acting. Then what I'm going to do is I'm then going to place a magnet there, and there, put a little bit of glue on, and then I can put the artwork on the front. So essentially there'll be glue, double magnets, a little bit of glue, and then I can take this artwork just here and line this up exactly how I want it to be, like that. And then I can then come and glue it on essentially, just like that. So it can take a little bit of adjusting and getting right. I'll try and find the best camera angle for you to be able to see me do that, but this is now, like I say, the very last stage for me to do it, and I cannot wait to get this finished now. It's so exciting. It's taken a couple of weeks to get to this stage just here, but I think it's looking absolutely fantastic so far. Let me know your thoughts if you are still watching this. I'm going to try and get a little bit of that super glue there that it's had a little bit of a run. There we go. So I'm going to leave this to dry, and I will see you next when these magnets are fully cured and glued on. And there we go. The box is now completely finished. Yes, I'm so over the moon with it. It's absolutely amazing. So your artwork is all magnetised on, as you saw in that last little clip just here. So it does come off very easily, and it very easily locates back onto there like that, which is absolutely amazing, that how easily it does magnetise back on. I tell you what, I know I can't get it all in frame properly just here, but I've taken some photos. So here is the look from the top view just here. As you can see, I have the handle still out on this view just here. And then we'll go into the complete look from the front. There we go, there's the look from the front. And then here is one of the sides. Here is the other side. And here is the back as well. And here's a little look on the inside of the box. With all the lining on the inside. I'm absolutely over the moon. So I want to go to a gig now. All I've got to do, I can't really get this in view well enough because of the space in my filming studio, but all I've got to do is unclip the back just here, take this a little bit down, take this section out, spin this around like so. That goes back into there like that, slides back there, and then that goes up, and we are ready to carry on, ready for our show gist here. I am totally over the moon. I've got a nice work surface gist here, but I tell you what, I think it's time that we say hello and see what one of our best friends here thinks of the box. I think he is just inside us. Are you going to come out and say hello to everybody? Here he is. It's who this box is made for. It is, of course, everyone's best friend, and he's my best friend as well. It is, of course, Charlie the monkey. Say hello, Charlie.
Hiya, Charlie.
No, do it properly.
Hi. Hello.
So yeah, you got your brand new box just now. Do you like it?
I love it.
You love it?
No, I do. I think it's fantastic.
You think it's fantastic?
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic as well. It's taken me a few weeks to do, hasn't it?
Yeah. You haven't been quick doing it.
I know I haven't been quick, but it is hard to do stuff, Charlie, when I am working as well. So I've had to do this in the evenings and my days off.
I know, Jake. I've been working hard too.
Yeah, you've been working hard too. You haven't been working with, helping me with this box, have you?
I haven't. No.
No, he hasn't helped me one little bit doing this box.
I should have done.
Yeah, he should have done. But I'll let you off. You've been really busy doing your shows, haven't you, at Pettits with me?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, you only do one show. I have to do 2 shows every day, Charlie. But
that's a different story.
Yeah, it is a different story. But yeah, we are absolutely over the moon, aren't we, Charlie?
We are.
Now, we're actually taking it in this weekend. So, depending when this video goes out, it may have already made an appearance at Pettits by the time the video goes live.
Who knows?
Yeah.
The magic of social media.
Yeah, the magic of social media. It can go out at a different time to when we film it. But yeah, we're going to use it this weekend in our shows.
We are.
Are you excited?
I am, yes.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what it looks like on the Temple Theatre stage. Maybe what I'll do is I'll take some photos and post them on my Facebook page.
Go check it out.
Yeah, go check it out on my Facebook page, JK's Magician and Children's Entertainer. You go over there and give me a follow.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it is a good idea. But I think we're going to end this little video now, aren't we, Charlie?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I say little video. It's been quite a long video.
Yeah, I can't believe some people are still watching.
I know, I can't believe there's some people are still watching just here, but I did put a thing up to say, watch the end to see your reaction.
Good idea.
Yeah, try and get you to stay a little while longer. But don't forget to
like the video,
and of course subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And we hope to see you all again very soon.
See you later. Bye.